Hello, my name is Aladdin Umar. I'm a professional photographer and videographer. I've been doing this for the past 8 years, and today I'm just gonna be giving you ideas because there are a lot of beginner photographers there, like looking for solution. I used to be an artist manager, so the artist decided to like connect more with his friends by taking pictures and videos and all that. So I was like, okay, he got a camera and that I was like, instead of paying someone else to do this because we don't have enough funds, why don't I do take the pictures and the videos, and I'll do the editing. I already have a little bit background of graphics and how to use Photoshops and all that. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and that's how it all started for me. That's how this career all started for me. So if you're out there and you say you want to be a photographer, you want to start as a creative videographer, photographer, it's easy. You don't need a big camera. And it's very easy right now. You can get cameras for as cheap as 500 bucks. And if you even go to Facebook Marketplace, you'll get for 200 bucks, 300 bucks, as cheap. I don't know where you're watching me from, even your country. If you go on Facebook, you see people that want to sell their gadget for cheaper. Why today I'm going to be giving you 5 tips on how to start your photography career. And tip number 1 is, do I need a big gadget? Do I not have to buy a big camera to start off my career? No, you don't. You can use any kind of camera if you're a videographer. And with your phone, you can take videos. We have phones now that allows you to shoot up to 4K. You understand? But when it comes to for photographer, you still have cheaper cameras for 500 bucks and below. You go to Facebook Marketplace, you can see cheaper ones. You understand? Even your local site, wherever country you are from, you can always get a cheaper cameras. You don't need to buy a new camera and all that if you started. So, and for videographers, I know it's somehow, to get booked. So just because I say you can start with your phone, doesn't mean you're going to show up to a wedding that you're being paid for with your phone. Because the bride is going to be like, if I wanted to use my phone to take videos, why do I have to invest in a professional? You understand? So there we still have companies and brands that rent out cameras that you can use for a day. And I don't know, either you pay per day or per hour. I know a couple of companies when I started my career where I used to rent camera, I used to rent for a day, per day for 30 bucks, 40 bucks, depending on what, how many days your event is. So, tip number 2 is learn. What do I mean by learn? Master the camera mode. A lot of photographers just want to jumpstart their career without learning, without making research on how to use camera. They believe a creative should learn first is how to manipulate and operate your camera. I know a lot of people want to jump into aperture priority and all those easy mode where we have the cameras being in charge. That is the beginning of failure for you. So it is important for you to learn the little things like your aperture, ISO. You need to learn all those things. You need to learn how to operate a camera when it's on manual mode. Every other mode should be an extra bonus to you. Learn how to operate your camera from scratch. You understand? So take out your time, make research. Now we have a lot of resources on YouTube, Pinterest, a lot of resources out there for you to learn for free. Take advantage of them. Learn how to operate your camera in manual mode. Learn every little basic information and details you need to learn on how to operate your camera. Because even if you're learning, even if you're just a beginner, there's certain things you need to know. Tip number 3, explore your environment. When I mean explore your environment, I mean go out there, look for professionals in your area, look for photographers in your area. It could be your friend, it could be your family member, it could be people that have photo studio around you, people that are into this full time. You understand? Learn from them. Option to be an intern to them, because the more you intern with them, they take you to locations, they take you to events where they are shooting. You're learning different kind of things. As a beginner, it doesn't matter what the photographer is into, what, category of photography is into, portrait, be it real estate, it doesn't matter. The moment you go out with those photographers, the moment you hang out with these photographers, you are building a lot of relationship, which it will help you when you kickstart your own career. So you're building networking. You're learning how to manipulate lights, the way they handle their lights, their instruments, the way they shoot, what kind of ambience do they use for their photography, what kind of style do they, use for their photography. Those are basic things that you could learn. You won't learn if you don't meet these people, if you don't network with these people. So I'd always advise people, try to work with other creatives. It could be professionals in any kind of category of photography or videography, depending on what you want. It's still the same thing. Even as a videographer, it's advisable to learn from people. Number 4 is category. A lot of beginners always spend most time in choosing the kind of photography they want to do. When I started taking pictures of artists and videos of artists. That is how I started. But it doesn't matter the way you start. You can be alone, you've never been with an artist, you've never been anywhere, but you just got a new camera, you just want to start shooting. Then start shooting. Because the more you shoot, the better you get. The more you shoot, the more you have knowledge. The more knowledge you have, the better you get. And the better you get, the easier it is for you to decide what part of photography do you want to take, or what part of videography do you want to take. So as a videographer, you can decide to shoot music video, you can decide to shoot weddings, you can decide to shoot commercials, ads. And right now, social media is getting crazy. Now you can shoot contents for YouTubers and all that. Even the same thing with photography. You can decide to shoot anything, real estate, portrait, weddings, maternity, newborn. There are a lot of categories. So as a beginner, don't focus more on what category you want to be. Start shooting. And the more you shoot, the better and easier it gets for you to decide where do you want to concentrate on. Right now, I'm concentrated more on portrait, studio portrait, and I have weddings too on the side. So you can decide to do multiple things. Photography, it doesn't matter. As long as you create the time for it, you get your booking, you have your time management well set, your calendar's well set, and you're good with your editing and all that, delivering, your deliverables are good, your quality good, you can shoot anything. Number 5 is don't let anyone fool you. Photography is saturated. The same thing with videography is saturated. I don't think there's anything creative that isn't saturated. Starting from graphics designers, we have millions of people doing it. But your style can be unique. And with your unique style, you're going to be attracting customers that love just your style. Do you understand? So don't let anybody fool you. Oh, it's saturated, and look for something else. If you really want to do photography, go into it. Jumpstart your career. Start building your own style. That is why I said, the more you shoot, the more knowledge you get. The more knowledge you get, the easier it is for you to concentrate. And when you get to the point of concentrating, you start building your style. Do you understand? You start building your style. Your style and consistency is what makes clients want you to shoot for them. That is when your business starts blooming, because now you have your style. Now you have your part. So people want to be associated with your quality of work. Please don't forget to follow my channel and like my video so that other people can see this. It could be helpful to them. You could be helping someone. And also try to always make research. Use your Pinterest, use YouTube, make researches on how you can get better as a beginner. Even as a beginner, you can be getting a lot of jobs and gigs. You understand? Just because you are not a professional doesn't mean you're not going to get gigs. Even when you pick up a camera and start shooting one nice picture, you start getting gigs from there. So it's only left to you if you want to remain where you are, or you just want to grow better and become better and bigger. And of course, the bigger you get and the more quality you give out to your clients, the more clients you get, the more bigger your business becomes. You understand?